In this class we want to introduce the idea of contract, or the law of contract. And I want to start with a definition of a contract. It's simply a legally binding agreement. It's as simple as that. It's a legally binding agreement. For a contract to be valid, however, there are a number of requirements that are essential. For a start, there must be an offer. So, to bring a contract into existence, somebody must make an offer to sell something or to do something. There must be an offer on the table. The other party to the contract must accept the offer. So there are two sides to this. There's the person making the offer and there's the person accepting the offer. So those two parts are essential. There must also be an intention on both their parts to create a legal relationship. There must be an intention to bring a contract into existence. And finally, there must be something that's called consideration. Consideration is important. It means that both sides to this contract should benefit from the contract, and both must show sincerity in the contract by doing something or making something available right at the start to show goodwill, to show that they are serious about this contract. So we'll deal with consideration later in these series of classes. It's an important concept. But when all of those are in place, a contract is in existence. So we have an offer, we have to have acceptance, we have to have an intention to create a legal relationship, and there must be consideration. Now, everything we do from here on in contract is really looking at these components and looking at what is a valid contract, and also looking at how contracts can be broken, a breach of contract, and how contracts can end. So everything really to do with the law of contract relates around these issues. So first of all, what are the requirements for a valid contract? Well, one of the parties must make an offer to the other party. As I said earlier, that's essential. The other party must accept the offer. Clearly, if they reject the offer, no contract will come into existence. So they must accept it. So one party makes an offer, the other party accepts it. The circumstances of the offer and acceptance must indicate that the parties, the two sides, intend to enter into a legal relationship. So their intention is that this will be legally enforceable. This is a legal relationship. So that is the intention. And both parties must give consideration, some sort of benefit to the other. So that's what we talked about when we set up the earlier slides. Now, let's look at the conditions of a contract. First of all, the parties are bound in the contract, the parties in the contract are bound to honour its terms. There is no point in cheating, there's no point in trying to wriggle out or introduce something new or to vary it. Once the contract has come into existence, then it must be honoured. When one of the parties does not carry out the terms of the contract, then he or she is in breach of contract, and that means there is a legal action that can be taken against the person who broke the contract. A legal action for redress, for compensation. So breaking the contract is serious. So the consequences of such a breach of contract is legal action, going to the courts and getting compensation for the contract that was broken. So these are the essentials of a contract. Now, in the subsequent videos, subsequent classes, all of these will be examined in much more detail. But for the moment, just simply want to get contracts started. That's an overview of the requirements. So that concludes this video, and thank you for watching.